Adam Wing, Football Development Officer from Derbyshire County FA, and tonight I'm joined with Ben Mills and Ryan Williams. If you guys wouldn't mind just giving a brief update onto who you are and what club you're involved in, although it is quite obvious with the bright, nice blue kits. We'll start with Ben, if that's all right.
Yeah, so my name is Ben Mills. I'm Football Development Officer at Glossop North End Community Club, and also assistant coach for Glossop Juniors under 16 / under 15 futsal team.
I'm Ryan Williams. I was introduced by Ben about 4 or 5 years ago, helping out to coach Glossop North End Futsal. It started off under 11s, 12s, and now it's currently under 15s and 16s.
Great. So you say that Ben introduced you to futsal. So Ben, question for you: where did you first hear about futsal?
It was we're probably under about 6-7 years ago. We entered a couple of sort of tournaments to supplement our football. There's a place called Oldham Futsal Centre, which were running some competitions, and we just thought that'd be something interesting to do. And I didn't really know too much about the game, and we enjoyed it. And from time to time, we'd sort of enter futsal tournaments during the winter to complement our football. So that's really it. And then from there, I went on a Derbyshire FA Level 1 futsal course, learned a bit more about the game, and went from there.
Brilliant. What about yourself, Ryan? Have you done the futsal coaching badges as well?
Yeah, I when I was playing at about 14, 15, I wanted to get my coaching badges because I was going to a football uni at UCFB, so I wanted to get my futsal badges as well. So I'm currently Level 2 futsal, and working towards my football Level 2. So once I get that, I can start to go on to my UEFA B futsal.
That's great. So another question for you then, Ryan. You mentioned there about football and futsal. Can you just give, for the people watching this, just some similarities that you found when you've got your coaching badges in futsal and football? So any coaches out there, anything you would recommend or say as similarities?
Yeah, I'd say there's like a few similarities, but I think it's just the demands like of both games. You're playing constantly in futsal. You might be on and off for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, but in football, like I'd say there's some differences that help you benefit as well. So you might be in football, you might be off for like not have the ball for 2 minutes, but in futsal you'll be constantly involved. It helps stamina wise. In football it helps you last longer in games. So, and the decision making, in a futsal court, it's really small and tight. So you're thinking about what to do a lot earlier before you even receive the ball, which is when it comes into football, your decision making is like already aware of everything before you even receive the ball. So I think it really helps when you play futsal going into football, the mindset that you take into both games.
You got anything to add on that, Ben? Obviously, been involved with football and futsal.
I think from a coaching perspective, there is similarities in how you plan a coaching session, and what you're looking to get out and how you maybe structure that. But there is differences as Ryan said, and I think that one of the biggest differences, you're sort of always on the ball. You're 2 seconds away from the ball at any point, whereas in a football game, when you start to get to 11 aside, you might be 5 minutes when you might not even touch a ball. So it's that awareness, constantly being sort of ready to receive and play the ball, which is the difference. And that's actually fundamentally why the youngsters really, really enjoy it, because they can always score a goal. They can always be involved in a tackle or a pass. They're always involved in a key part in the game. So it's fantastic. And Ryan, played for Manchester Futsal. Having played the game, at a really high level, he's really transferring that knowledge of the game to the players that we're coaching.
I think that's key, and I touched on this with Oliver in the previous video. I think it's quite clear that some of the world's best footballers played futsal as well. So for me, as somebody just starting into the world of futsal, it's interesting to see that players like Lionel Messi started off as futsal. They played futsal. That's all they ever did. So it is great to see it as a grassroots level with yourself, Ryan. So just on that, bit of a very broad question, but what would you say your greatest achievement is within futsal?
I think coaching wise is just with the Glossop boys. They've been playing all around like the Derbyshire, the North West region. Last year, just before the lockdown started, they was pretty much champions of the North West League. They won every game, so it was good for them, especially playing a year up as well. And we got to the regional qualifiers. We just missed out on one game. I think we just lost to the actual team who won it to represent Derbyshire. But, yeah, playing wise, I think like I got to train with the England North under-19, so that was a couple of years back. But that was probably my best achievement, and then playing with Manchester Futsal, featuring the first team a couple of times, just keep aiming towards there really.
Brilliant. And where do you want to take it? Where do you want to take your futsal coaching or playing?
I think I want to carry on with both really. Hopefully when Glossop, when the lads hopefully go up in age, I think that's in a year or two. Hopefully join the North, the regional leagues, and playing wise, hopefully keep playing with Manchester, maybe play with the Glossop one day, and keep aiming towards the England squads. Brilliant.
And what about yourself, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to continue to see as many players within the club enjoy futsal as a game. We've got futsal, we've got teams from, right across the club who've started to get involved now. And I think, what the under-16s and 15s have done, they went 2 years unbeaten, which, it's not all about results, but it's still a fantastic achievement. And like I say, sort of regional finalists, Derbyshire Cup winners, Northwest champions elect. They've achieved some massive things, but that's through hard work, determination. And I just want to see more people within Glossop and the surrounding area get involved in futsal, and aspire to, play to the level that Ryan does. Our personal sort of dream is we'd love the day when Ryan sets foot on a court with the players that he's coached, and either he bosses them or they boss him. I don't know what's going to happen, but it'd be just great to see that happen. We've been at it for a few years now, and that day's not too far away.
I'm sure they'd like the chance to boss you around, Ryan, after all the stuff you put them through, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So you touched on there about futsaling, obviously in your county, which is Derbyshire, but obviously where you're based. So you can open this question up to more general if you like. But how would you say futsal has grown in Derbyshire since your first involvement? And we'll go with Ben first.
Yeah, I think it has grown massively. There's 2 leagues now. Down in Derby and down in Chesterfield. We ran a Derbyshire Cup last year, which was, which had good participation. I think plan was to run one this year again. And I've definitely seen more interest in the game. Around Manchester, you've got people like Inspired Futsal who are doing a great job, just locally to us, running leagues on Friday nights and got good participation. So the game, despite some setbacks, is I actually think growing. What we'd love to see is in our area, the High Peak, a local futsal league there as well, so we can travel locally, and maybe in Glossop, which has got a national level futsal court, which it's fantastic. Use that facility and perhaps have a High Peak futsal league at some point in the future. But definitely increased, and I don't see any reason why it will deteriorate really.
That's great. What about yourself, Ryan? Would you say there's been more interesting players turning up to play for the futsal team?
Yeah, definitely, because we only started off with just one team at first in Glossop, which is under 16s now, and now there's probably 3 or 4 ages of Glossop, and I think that goes for most of the teams in the Derbyshire area. They started off maybe just one team at first, but as they started growing, there was more teams at more different ages wanting to get involved, really, and they've got the facilities for it as well. They've got the Glossop facilities. They've now got the futsal requirements, and I think it goes for like other facilities in the Derbyshire area. It's basically more areas we can get involved in and get more competitions going and more clubs for all teams to participate in.
That's great. So I think a key theme there is obviously getting people involved. So the last question really is to both of you. What would you say to someone that hadn't tried futsal, be that a coach or a player or someone that coaches a football team that is a bit tentative about getting someone involved in futsal? I'll aim that at you, Ryan, first.
Yeah, like I said, I started when I was about 14, but I wish I started like a lot earlier, like even before 10. Really, there's kids now that are starting about age 8, and they're getting the best they can really, because it helps when it comes to transferring it back to football. There's a lot of skills you transfer in there, and it's just really ideal. Really, you can see the benefits, like even just after a month of training in futsal, just how much it helps when you're going towards just playing on a football pitch. Really.
Brilliant. What about yourself, Ben?
Yeah, I'd just say to any coach who's thinking about it, get involved. You won't regret it. The most important thing is the players love it. and they, and it's something you don't have to worry about the weather. You can play indoors, you can play throughout the winter. We regularly have games called off 2 or 3 months at a time at the year. So, that's an opportunity to stay fit, enjoy the game. The players love it because they score lots of goals, and it's just a fantastic sport to get involved in. So I would definitely encourage people to get in touch. There's lots of local leagues, lots of local clubs, lots of people. The futsal community is a really friendly one. People will travel and they'll play games and they'll host you. And this summer, hopefully things will have relaxed a little bit and restrictions will have relaxed. Get out there and go and play some futsal.
That's great. Okay, and that kind of wraps up the question. So thank you both for your time. The only final thing from me is, for anybody watching this, if anyone does want to find out more information, Wednesday the 24th of February is the Derbyshire FA's Introduction to Futsal Evening. We do have 2 guest speakers soon to be announced. I will be there, along with Ben will be there as well. I'm sure Ryan will be there, happy to answer any questions on the night. So cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.